I want to do the Lebanon, what happened in Lebanon.
Oh, we got to do that. You go ahead. I want you to
Yeah, so it says the
touch
article
on
I
that.
have, it says Israel had a hand in manufacturing pagers that exploded in Lebanon. It says Israel had a hand in manufacturing of pagers that exploded in Hezbollah operative or exploded on Hezbollah operatives, doctors, and nurses this week. With the type of supply chain interdiction, operations have been planned for at least 15 years, a U.S. intelligence source confirmed to ABC News. The CIA has long been reluctant to employ this tactic because the risk to innocence was too high, the source said. Planning for this attack involved shell companies with multiple layers of Israeli intelligence officers and their assets fronting a legitimate company that produced the pagers. The source confirmed to ABC News, with at least some of these doing the work unaware of who they were actually working for. So
Hey, man.
if people don't
Yeah.
know, in Lebanon, about 2,000 pagers when it exploded, they were turned into explosive devices. They exploded on people. They exploded on some soldiers. They exploded on doctors. A couple children were killed. A lot, like I think it was like 8 people were killed. 2,000 or 1,000 some odd were injured so far from these because they put explosives and malware in these pagers. And then the next day they used cell phones to do it. And then when they used the cell phones, they said they got them from Taiwan. And Taiwan was like, nah. And then I got an article on that where Taiwan is basically like, no, we're gonna sue you. I
They
think
should.
how
And
much
they
was it
should.
for?
He said 1 billion. And
Yeah.
he should. And he should. He probably doesn't even have revenues of that right now, but he should because his company is done.
Yeah,
You
Apollo
got
Taiwan's Gold Apollo is going to sue Israel. Founder Husong Ching Huang told reporters his company did not make the pagers. Apollo Gold is going to launch $1 billion lawsuit against the Israel government after they admitted Mossad had planted explosives in the devices in Tel Aviv.
you got to look at it like this, man. That company is done. It's over. I mean, Lebanon they stopped allowing pagers and stuff like that on planes. You can't even have that shit on planes right now because of it has exploded. I mean, that's crazy, man. Look,
Yeah.
that's a war crime to use civilian technology in order to strike military targets. It's a war crime. They should be held liable for this. I mean, I hope to God that Taiwan, that whoever the company is, doesn't just take some Israeli dollars and then some new markets and whatever else Israel can give them. I hope they take these fuckers to the box with this shit because that's just crazy for them to do that. You just to explode things on people and not know exactly where they are and not care about civilian casualties. I mean, it's just telling me what kind of a person you are. There's an official in Lebanon who came out. I mean, to cut
You're good.
who came out and he said he was like basically they're using this as a tactic of fear amongst our people. You know what I mean? To sow discontent amongst our people. And they're doing it at a time that no one's going to pay attention because of the U.S. presidential election. And I've been saying this for a while. This is why they decided to, I believe that I mean, there's a large chance that they allow October 7th to happen. Like you said, they actually killed some of the people themselves and
Yeah.
blamed it on Hamas. You know what I mean? And so they understood that during this time, this is a presidential election cycle. We know they can't focus on us. They gotta have to focus on who's gonna win.
Well, the whole thing is like who's gonna stop and say something because if they do, they know APAC will just mount a financial fucking bombardment on them.
Yep, a
You know what I'm saying?
tsunami.
And so it's like it's crazy. It's like, man, but that's a war crime, bro. Like, I mean, I was like, you're blowing up civilians with pagers. I mean,
With
that shit's
pagers,
some
man. Dude's in the
cold.
market. You see the dude just sitting there shopping the market. People around him all jump back. They blow him up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The other person's at a teller getting some money or something, or getting some food or something somewhere. Blow him
Dude,
up.
Israel had the picture of the dude that died on the motorcycle just leaned over. You know what I'm saying? With the pager.
The black dude's like, hey, somebody down here just got his hands blown off. And then we saw another guy right around him just get blown up as well. This is right in public areas, man. They don't
Yeah.
care. You know what I mean? Not only on top of that, the people should be able to file lawsuits again for them for mental health and whatever and
Well,
dangers
I
they
mean,
were put
that's
into. They
terrorism.
should be,
It's terrorism, bro. It's like
period.
it's crazy how it's like, yo, you can only like they're telling Ukraine you can only strike military targets. That's what
Yep.
you're supposed. Iran's only struck military targets, but now
Yep.
they're blowing up civilians. And the guy in the CIA said the reason we don't do it is because too many civilians could die.
I mean,
And they were like, "Hey, we already monster over here in Gaza. We got the
hey,
rapists on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like
on TV. I mean,
doing
and you
doing
got
press
Blinken,
breaks.
you got America sitting here saying, "Oh well, we heard about what's going on, but we urge Hezbollah not to
No,
attack."
Lebanon has a right to defend themselves.
Absolutely, but you know what we're gonna do? I mean, this is what I cannot stand about my own country right here. That we're so beholden and that we're so, you know what I mean, like tied to Israel in such a way that we let them do anything. anything, man.
Anything they want.
You
And
know what I
that
mean?
should strike fear in America's hearts, because if they letting them do it, they damn, they're gonna let whoever they want do it to us.
Do it to us. I mean, you know what I mean? No, they don't care. But they just killed the American, blew her head off.
Blew her head off.
Didn't even
Nothing.
care. Like, and we don't even talk about it. Oh, we're gonna let them investigate and see what happened with that.
Why
we
you
know
gonna,
what
that's
happened.
like, why you gonna let them? We know what happened.
Let the rapist investigate the rape. Pretty much. Oh,
I don't see nothing wrong here, except for I didn't use a condom. And that's not even joking, but that's real. That's what they're doing. It's like, that's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, think about it. And now I remember you were saying off camera, like, that makes it so we can't even buy foreign gadgets.
Absolutely. They were saying, man, they were like, basically, they said that basically countries are going to have to start producing their own technologies now. They're going to have to start producing their own cell phones and pagers and whatever else, because they can't. Because if you get into it with somebody like China, now China can just start producing. I won't say but they can just start producing pagers that blow up against you. They said what country goes through and actually checks every single box that comes onto their shores? They don't.
Does. Yeah. And remember, I was telling you back before when they blew up dude in Iran. Homeboy from Hezbollah, or not Hezbollah, but from Hamas, they said that they had, a Jewish company, or they own WhatsApp, and they put malware in it, and that's what led the missile to him.
Hanini.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Hanini.
Yes, yeah. Remember, I showed you the article, and you're like, nah, that can't be real. But now you look at it, and I'm like,
yeah, it seems a lot more logical right now. I mean, and at the same time, another thing I had said earlier too is that whoever gave them those pagers, they had to. I mean, you're not just putting them in all of them. You're putting them. I mean, maybe they did put them in all of them. Maybe they did, and maybe they just knew which ones these guys were communicating from.
Maybe they're you can't. If you have that many pagers, put it in all of them.
I mean, or you just know where these guys are getting them from.
Yeah,
and because like we talked about on the television show The Wire.
Yeah.
That wasn't Avon. That wasn't Barksdale. That was
Stringer Bell.
I thought
Stringer
that was
Bell.
Was it Stringer Bell?
Yeah, okay. I just rewatched The Wire for the seventh time this month and last month. Like I watched it. The Stringer Bell and them, because they were using burner phones because they got hemmed up on The Wire before. So they were sending Lamar, I think that was his name, and this girl to go get the pagers. Yeah. And so since they had the burner phones, you know what I'm saying, the cops ended up having Bubbles, talk to the girl because he knew him. He knew her, and he's like, oh, I can get you hella phones. Won't you, boom. And they sold them the phones they wanted to sell them.
You see what I'm saying?
And then they were able to get the wire on them.
And so this could be the same exact thing. Like whoever you've been buying the phone, whoever you've been buying these pagers from, because they're probably getting them from certain people.
Yeah, that's
who your mole is right there. That's who maybe, and whoever that maybe they're unbeknownst to them, they're getting these. They're probably getting the deal. Like, hey, I can get you these phones for cheaper. You're like, oh, okay, I'm selling them to these cats anyways, so I'm about to get my profit margin up. Maybe he doesn't know, but you know who you've been getting them from. So that's what there's somebody who understands and knows what's going on. But this right here, man, this is some maniacal shit right there, man. Yeah. That is some maniacal fucking shit to do something like that. And now everyone has to worry about that type of stuff. People who are just regular people who are outspoken. Now they can use your cell phone against you. You got to watch your phone now, because they can just get it. They can get a ghost phone and just, or whatever you want to call her.
It's probably in your phone right now. You know what I'm saying? Man. It could be in your charger. Think about it. Sometimes you touch your phone and it gets hot. You know what I'm saying? That all the stuff is in there. You could have downloaded any kind of app. You could have downloaded WhatsApp, like I'm saying, and it could have something in there to burn your phone and burn it next to you. Like no one is safe. This is. I mean, just because it happened in a different country, don't act like it's not going to happen here. Because people are already trying to figure out how to make it happen.
Absolutely. I mean, it makes sense. You know what I mean? It makes sense to make something like that happen. You could just blow a person up by their phone and oh, it's an accident. The phone just blew up his phone. Now I don't believe any of that shit no more. You mean? I mean, this shit was intentional, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
And we're going to keep y'all updated, man. Uncommon Courtesy. We're going to see y'all next time. Wait, pause. Hold on. Don't forget to catch us every Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, live. You know what I'm saying? Tune in. Come check in with us. See how we doing. We want to see how y'all doing.
Absolutely.
We out.